fellow adepts of the paper modeling craft, the awards committee would like to entertain you with a play from the days of yore when chivalry was in flower and Hampton Castle was thronged with ladies and knights and frightened children and squires and rich merchants, jugglers and magicians. Imagine that this space before you is the courtyard of Hampton Castle where two knights are loitering palely.
Yes, that's a reference that he came up with. How now, Sir Donald? Hast thou news of Lord Allen of Wheeler? It's time for him to bestow his marks upon the champions of our craft.
Nay, Sir Steph, I haveth news not of Sir Allen of Wheeler, but hark, Lady Anne approacheth. Mayhap she hath news.
Can you say that in English?
That was English.
It is English.
Good sirs, I bring foul tidings. Lord Allen cometh not. He saith that he hath retired.
Retired? Forsooth, that is a pretty kettle of Dutch herrings.
But if Lord Allen cometh not, then who shall name the champions?
What of Sir Peter of Ansoff?
I fear that Sir Peter's craft knife hath become dull.
His craft knife is no longer exact. Oh, what say you of Peter of Heesh, the mighty merchant?
Ah, Sir Peter of Heesh. He selleth much, but he buildeth not. But what of Sir David of Wingfield?
Nay, he is up to his old tricks. He continueth to engage in monkey business, and he voyageth in a boat covered with butterflies.
He doth?
Yeah.
He doth.
Indeed. Well, what of Sir Robin of Taux?
Sir Robin is absent. He searcheth for pestilence. But what of Sir Matthew of Bergstrom?
Sir Matthew hath builded his own Chicago, and he hath builded his own New York, and he hath even builded his own Hampton Castle itself. But even now he hath absented himself to build his own Cucamonga.
What of Sir Raymond of Smith?
Ah, he buildeth well, but he buildeth exceedingly small. There is Thomas of Clay, Archbishop of Stirling, but he busieth himself in the construction of secular structures, while he gritteth his teeth and dreameth of cathedrals.
Alas, what of Sir Gregory of Perry and Sir Kevin of York?
They cometh not this year. Sir Gregory has been exiled to Iowa, but I do hear that Sir Kevin hath finally slain the dragon.
Wagon.
And Lady Linda of Kemp?
She hath been evicted from all of her 63 houses, and she now dwelleth in a small piano.
Sir William of Castemeyer is a formidable craftsman, but would the company take seriously somebody named Castro Boy?
How about Sir Carl of Ericsson?
Ah, he maketh and he taketh, and he consorteth with painted ladies. We considered Sir Stephen of Brown, but he hath once again bidded against himself.
Thrice!
What of Sir Geoffrey of Quioch?
Who?
You pronounce his name Swick.
C-W-I-O-K is spelleth Swick? Surely thou pulleth my leg.
Nay, 'tis true. What of Sir John of Glesner?
Ah, Sir John of Glesner and Sir Matthew of Vance are accused of sorcery. Sir John focuseth light and hath come under suspicion of rolation. Sir Matthew doth experiment with unpeopled flying omnibuses. UFOs.
Fair friends, there is only but one choice. Sir Donwell himself must bestow the marks of honor upon the champions.
Hear, hear. Did not Sir Donwald once and again wear the eagles of command?
Forsooth, I cannot aspire to the lofty heights of Lord Allen, but I shall try. Hast thou the envelope with the awards, Lady Anne?
Yea, verily. But if thou makest me continue to speak thusly, I will smite thee on thine honor.
Dear friends, our revels now are ended, and we have strutted and fretted our hour upon the stage, and now begins the actual awarding of the awards. Now,
Yes, I expect this on Facebook.
Every other possible place we can put it.
Absolutely.
first, I would like Alan, if you will please come forward, Alan. For many years, Alan has not only been the bestower of the awards and the chairman of the awards committee, but he has also entertained us and been a very good friend. And Alan, we have a award for you. And this, there are many reasons why this particular model is appropriate and symbolic. It is an Alan Rose model with forced perspective of the 20th Century Limited. Alan, like a few of us, can actually remember the days of steam locomotives. So it's appropriate in that way. Also, the 20th Century Limited in its day was the classiest crane in America, and Alan is a pretty classy guy. The model is built so that it actually looks like it's in perspective. And Alan has so often entertained us with his magic tricks that we felt it was appropriate to give you a model that was actually an optical illusion. Thank you.
I'm forming an attachment for Don. It fits right over his mouth.
All right, People's Choice Award. Pretty overwhelming and a pretty big margin of winning. It was actually, the unfortunate thing, it was never finished, although we did take that into consideration. Ray?
He hadn't finished covering it.
That would be you.
I will be awarding in the category of Best Secular Architecture. As we all know, that was this year's theme award. And to no one's great surprise, we are handing it to Reverend Thomas Clay for his fine model of the Roman bath. It must be noted. That he had a bit of an unfair advantage in that last year we gave him the model.
Well, we gave him a model.
A model.
Good enough.
But in all fairness, he did actually build it and finish it. So we found another fine architectural model. Until a few minutes ago, none of us could quite figure out what it was a model of exactly. However, the back states, quote, "The studio home of Gesalius, Lindgren Saarinen. Miniature model of the main building before the fire, 1922. And for our next award, we noted that there were many other fine entries in the secular architecture category. Linda Kemp, of course, is getting a special award for having way more models in that category than absolutely anybody else.
Or necessary.
By the way, there were 104
62.
houses in the jar.
How many?
104.
And no piano.
No, the piano was someplace else.
So in view of this signal achievement, we're giving you another model building to build.
The award for the best table display goes to Jason Smith. And I'd also like to point out that this also is the inauguration of a new category of award that we plan to experiment with over this next year, One of the things that Jason had on his table that made it so interesting was he had a number of automata. For those not initiated into the terminology, automata is a term of art among paper modelers of a model that has moving parts. And you move part of it and other parts of it move. So in the future, we're going to have a category for automata. But for now, you won for the best table display, and we have for you this amazing book of paper boats, which there are no automata, but some of them can be cut out and floated in the bathtub.
Actually, that is true. The paper is actually a plastic or plasticized paper, and the glue that is recommended is not anything water soluble.
Good reasons, that should be obvious.
Right. Another new category is the newest noob. That's a computer term for newbie. And after, I believe, a couple years of hounding, we've been able to get and convince one of them to actually join this merry band of misfits. And it is actually Greg. And we got him, the newest guy, to build the oldest ships.
The next is, we have a category called the Awards Committee Special Awards, and those vary from year to year. And this year, but in all cases, the award is given to a modeler who has a model that is superb in and of itself. It truly is a really great model. But for the category for this model, it is the category of the most small pieces which the modeler repeatedly constructed to figure out how to construct the small pieces that go on the model. And the model, of course, was Dave Winfield's Centurion, huge Centurion tank. And so, Dave, congratulations. And we thought that this little...
Oh, great, another tank.
Another tank would be appropriate. But this is a tank on a railway car.
Oh, thank you
So there
very
you go.
much.
Now, one of our other categories is the most unusual model. And I'm presenting this one last because it is a transition to next year's theme. The most unusual model, the panel of judges determined, was the giant pineapple house and related figures and Stephen Marshall. And we thought that he has a very eclectic collection of models, so what could be better than this blue lobster model which would fit right in with the pineapple house. And it looks like something a SpongeBob would have, and there's other little pieces so you can make the tentacles move. But now, congratulations, Stephen, but you'll notice that a lobster is technically something that will become relevant in a moment, because the awards committee had a lot of trouble deciding what the theme should be this next year. Rick, of course, thought the theme should be helicopters. Anne thought the theme should be sushi.
You'll notice I did win in that category.
That is true. I thought the category ought to be wheeled vehicles.
And Don very nearly convinced me of this because I have a leg up on this. I already have a suitable model.
Why, Anne, what is that?
It's an itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, yellow paper Lamborghini.
But we did not choose that as the category. Getting back to our friend, the Blue Lobster, the category for next year will be animals. Animals. And as the year progresses, this year the new chairman of the awards committee has determined that he will actually get the awards rules of engagement out sometime prior than 2 weeks before the convention. That wasn't Alan, it was me that always got them out 2 weeks before the convention. And we'll develop this theme a little further about animals. But the theme's going to be animals for next year. We have the new category of automata, and then we'll have our usual categories. And in that regard, Anne, do you have an animal that you'd like to...
I do. I also have a head start on this. But
This is a new category.
And everyone saw this on my table, but I would like to pass this along since I will not be competing. Since Dave Winfield has such a tremendous fondness for cats.
I love
and
them.
Unlike
But he just
ceiling,
can't eat a whole one.
and since he managed to go much of the day believing firmly that Ceiling Cat, which was gazing at him from the ceiling, in his
frog.
view was a frog, we are hoping that he will not mistake this for anything other than a grumpy cat.
Okay.
Something else to
It
pack.
looks a lot like Anne, doesn't it?
Oh, and I'd like to also thank Mary Ansoff for presenting us with these costumes. She made us singlets. She didn't have enough material to make doublets, but we thought that these added quite a bit to the presentation.
Thank you, Awards Committee. The final item on the agenda tonight is the ever-popular auction. And Rick Steffers has generously agreed to be our auctioneer once again. Rob Talks has done that in the past, as you know.
I've done it too in the
Yeah,
past.
you've done it in the past too, with several.
Ladies don't remember you.
I don't know if that's in my benefit or not.
And Steve Brown has also generously agreed to reprise his role as the Vanna of the auction. So you guys